All right. Look, I was wondering right there for a second. I know y'all was like, he gonna skip us for the Bucks. Not today. Now, if it was Super Bowl, yeah, Bucks or the Cowboys. Yeah, they got that. But tonight, yeah, we're gonna talk a little bit about this what thing we gotta do to win this Alabama State game. Because y'all know we're going over to the Gump. And until we played Troy, FAMU didn't lose in Alabama. But now, gotta reclaim what's rightly ours. Because y'all know what's up. We're going to the Gump. It's about to be Fangs up.
Yeah, baby, you know what time it is. Now let's get it started.
Are you kidding me? Unreal!
While our HBCUs are mostly known for academic rigor, community, they also know how to turn up.
Does he have it? Yes, he does! And that might be the knockout punch.
All right, greetings and salutations. Happy Founders Day, Rattlers. Look, I was jamming out. Somebody was like, Happy Founders Day. They're like, you ain't listening to me. I'm like, nah, I had my headphones going. My bad. But to all the Rattlers, near and far, Happy Founders Day. October 3rd, 1887. What? Great day, man. Look, even before I knew when FAMU was founded, I knew October was my favorite month. Because in 19 days, it's your man's birthday. So look, 22nd, got that coming. What's up, Kev? What's up, Ashley? Look, if you're not supporting Ashley and the Fangs Exchange crew, what are you doing? Let's get it right. Go support the teams behind the team. Also, booster meeting, October 8th. I get the flyer out there for you. Get the QR code. Just get all that going. So this time, no problems. We have set that up. We're ready to go. What's up, Terry T? What's up, little baby? Look, appreciate y'all. Y'all gonna be over here like me with the Bucks on the Amazon, but y'all chose to be with me. So good time, man. And look, we got to get them to the Gump. So look, last time I was in Montgomery, a few months ago actually, and facilities. Yeah, Alabama State has some really nice facilities. Ain't gonna hold y'all on that. So I ain't gonna start lying today, so I can tell the truth anyway. So make sure I got that going straight. Like double checking, making sure the Wi-Fi. Oh, no Fang Exchange show tonight though. So catch them. I'm guessing next week. Let them know in the chat. So let y'all know we bang the drum really hard for those that actually follow FAMU and have an affiliation with FAMU, because who better to hear information from? So yeah, get y'all out there, get y'all ready. We're gonna be working on some stuff real soon, man. But look, if you want to hear two guys talk a lot about FAMU, a little bit about FSU, a little bit about the Jaguars too, catch round one tomorrow on Hallelujah 95. St. Clair Moraine and myself, we're gonna be on there Fridays, 6 p.m. Got about an hour of content this week, so some good information. St. Clair's up there, boots on the ground up there in Tallahassee. Legendary. Sorry, make sure I said it right. Legendary writer for the Tallahassee Democrat, and he's left the Democrat, but he still does Capital Outlook and other things like that too. So St. Clair's a beast out there. Also, again, don't forget Rattler Boosters. We'll get the QR code for y'all so that you can be able to just click in and join in and watch the party. So good times, man. Look, we ain't got a coach, but we got tryouts. So tryouts are tomorrow at the FSU Bowling and Billiard Center. I don't remember. Crenshaw Lanes is what it used to be. I had to think about it. That's how you know you from Tallahassee, when you sit up here like Crenshaw Lanes. So I remember first time someone said Crenshaw Lanes, I'm like, what? So yeah, right by Club Down Under. I don't even know if that's a thing anymore. but looks like we got it going on at FSU's bowling facility. Not sure why it's not at Gallimore, but hey, kind of is what it is, man. So I don't know what to expect from this bowling team. And I'm not gonna start getting mad about it now. Keep it pushing. Now the volleyball team, I'm excited. Like you can see right here, 2 SWAC players of the week. If you notice, I'm just saying, if you want to be a good volleyball player, if you want to get accolades, you don't want to coach all of the videos, come to FAMU. Sorry. Look, no Diddy. But you got to get your jabs in when you can. Every once in a while, we throw a few punches. Get our petty on too, man. So, but look, I got nothing to do with Diddy on this. But if you missed it, look, Rattlers Plus, they do have our new. I'm trying to get this thing to click right. There we go. So, our new softball coach, which I told you I was pretty excited about. Looking forward to seeing it, man. So, it's gonna be a pretty good season, I'm thinking. So, I think our biggest competition will be Alabama State, and this is what happens when you're like, oh snap, I forgot to add something else to the slide deck, even though I put it on the socials. So, make sure I got our basketball offers in there. So, mentioning that, we got some basketball offers. They'll be back Thursday for the Fangs Exchange. So we got a couple guys. Let me make sure I got this right. There we go. So first one, 6'2", Beckham Black. I ain't gonna lie. The kid's name is fire. It's like kids from Duncanville, Texas. Duncanville is known for a really good football program, if you're not familiar. But 6'2" point guard, 160. Okay. Look, at this point, I'm following Coach Crary. Like, whatever you got, Coach, I'm gonna support it right now. Like, till you show me different, I'm here. Why? You got some energy. Like, if you didn't see, they had open gym today. Like, what was the last time FAMU had open gym? Like, I'm just saying, I can't think of a time when it was like, hey, public, come watch us practice. That's what you do. Like, because part of the constant complaint with FAMU fans is, besides the fact, are we messy? Yeah, we are. Are we a little overly involved in stuff? Absolutely. But guess what? FAMU also be winning. We like winning. So we go places and we support, especially when you're winning. I told y'all, you also dealing with melanated people. And one thing melanated people like, we all got a little bit of Missouri in us. You got to show me. I ain't trusting nothing. My favorite character from the House Party movies was Showboat. And the boat don't trust, you can finish the rest. And that's a lot of y'all. Coach Crary was on the Showboat stuff. Like, okay, y'all just bought some new equipment. Come out and see it. See why I need it. Like, to me, that was less of a, let me show you what I got. Let me show you what I can do. And if you give me a little bit more, watch and let me do more. I'm just saying. Gail said, how was it? And look, we got 3 players. I got you. Look, let us know in the comments. How was it, man? I'm excited for it. I ain't gonna lie to y'all. Like, Coach Crary, definitely, you're getting to reach out, bro. Like, definitely gonna reach out to you. See if we can get you on the show, get you to talk about this program. Got some other folks I'm trying to work on. So we got another one. And we got 3. So with these 3, who's the other one? Amari Cummins. This kid not far from the house. It says Jacksonville, but also says Daytona. So the kid's probably in Daytona. Amari J. Cummings, 6'5" guard. I ain't gonna lie. Try to find the right word. So I like this height. Hopefully, your mic is treating you a little better than. If it is, I got a backup plan. But I like the height. 6'5" guards. Okay. Because you just start thinking about a lot of times when we're watching not just FAMU basketball, but a lot of our HBCU basketball in general. We got guys that are undersized playing out of position. 6'6" forwards, 6'7" forwards, 6'8" centers. And then they go against a 6'9", 6'10" guy, and you wonder why he can't get no buckets. He's not supposed to. I'm seeing 6'5" guards. One is telling me, look, he kind of tall. He could probably handle the ball. That also, I'm telling y'all, Coach Curry's offense, I'm here for it. And this is part of why you do this, because you have people like show contributor Gail. At this point, yeah, you contributed. I went to the gym. I was there. That's what you do. Like, you get the buy-in from us. Now, the last one, look, you had to make sure you put the right city. Antonio Munoz, 6'6", small forward. They might just say wing. Kids from Chicago. Okay. Plays with a little bit of basketball tradition. Got a little something on him. Okay. Now, I'm here for it. 2025 prospect. So all these guys, high school kids, though. So it's not just using the transfer portal. See, trying to recruit some kids too. So I'm here for it. I'm here for it. Now, the next stop is the GUMP. So, football team, kind of quiet on recruiting trails lately. Know y'all was out there. Hadn't heard much, though. Waiting to hear some more. What's up, Ashton? But Amy goes up to the GUMP. And if you caught the Cozy Coaching Show, you can tell, man. I'm telling you, I don't know if the Fangs Up podcast and ONG Strike Zone are his favorite shows, but he's definitely noticing the same thing we're noticing. Like, we're not blind. We're all seeing the same things. That means we got something to fix. The other side of this, though, I don't know if y'all were watching the Troy game. I was. Like, they're playing Texas State tonight. Look kind of mid. But one thing Troy did, they tried to get the ball at number 7. And one thing Texas State did, they are not getting beat by number 7. Like, they watched that FAMU film, and Buddy, they threw the ball to him. He like, hey, man, ref, they hit me. And hit the ref's like, nah, bro, not today. So we're going to see. I hope he has a better game against them than he had against us. How about that? So that way it just makes me feel better. But you can start to see, like, granted, that game's in the past, but it was what it was. Now, for the Alabama State game, I like some of what I heard Cozy saying, because some of what he was saying was what I wanted to hear. Like, secondary, there will be some changes. Like, look, I do know the 220 quarterback club got their defensive questions addressed swiftly. Like, them good peoples, they was not playing. Like, the questions were hot and heavy. And like, if you missed it, you missed them asking questions. And some of them were like, all right, man, like, can you run a 5-2? It's like, not with number 7 at receiver. I understand why you said it, because you want to stop the run. But yeah, we ain't running no 5-2s when you got a dude out there running butt naked down the sideline like that. That's not gonna stop him. But it was really cool. And I did like some of the defensive questions because, normally I do offense first, y'all know. But shoot, he was like, yeah, I got to fix that other corner. I think I got a solution, but I can't tell nobody. And I'm sitting over there looking like, so is Damari Tate playing or not? I'm just asking for a friend. Like, I might be a little biased, but I'm just saying, because previously you made it seem like he wasn't quite ready. Wow, Kyle Pitts was wide open. But yeah, is Tate on the other side? I'm just saying, 6'2", 6'3" corner on both sides. If he's healthy enough, it sounds good. I'm just saying, because as Lil Baby pointed out, next week we might have to address that offense. They got a few questions there too. Like, what was it? Corch? I know there's a quarterback rolling out there. I was like, look at you. I see you. I see you, Uncle. Look, one of y'all lookers up there, boy. He was over there getting it to him. Y'all know how we are in Tallahassee, especially our old people. They say coach. We don't say coach. Like, little, proper folks like me. Hello, coach. But our old folks, coach. Why did you talk to you real quick? Defense look a little shaky, coach. And I don't know if they say that on purpose or to be funny, but literally, our folks do say coach, and they mean it. And you can correct them all they want. They're gonna be like, I said what I said. I said coach. It's pronounced coach. And look, you better just let them folks go. Look, too many gaps in the defense. ASU likes to run the ball. They ain't gonna work. You ain't gonna lie. You ain't no lie. Like, honestly, this is me. When I'm looking at our defense, and I think Colsey kind of hinted at it, and I agree with it. I said this week 1 against Norfolk State. Y'all saw I even pulled some of the pictures because I ain't trying to get. I ain't making no money off this, no way. So it ain't like, oh, you're gonna demonetize me. Okay. So, but we pointed out how really our line's a little undersized. And to me, I felt like I even said our group chat, So, I'll let y'all know the group chat. We be talking stuff. I felt like sometimes we do a little too much defensively. Like your base is a 4-2-5. That's great. That means you should have 2 interior linemen. What's up, Edwin? Y'all know a little bit of trouble. A defensive end and another defensive end. But a lot of times you'll notice one of those defensive ends is kind of a hybrid. And that's a good thing when you get into the quarterback. But it's not that good of a thing when you're trying to stop the run. Because instead of running a 4-2-5, you're actually running more like a 3-3-5 stack. Like, which we all know, especially those who play football, you show me 3 down linemen, oh, it's time to run. I'm sorry. Unless you are those Pittsburgh Steelers that had a huge defensive tackle, or those New England Patriots with a 350-pound nose tackle, you show me 3 down linemen, it's time to run the ball. Man, these Bucks secondary look like trash. Look like the game against the Broncos again. Yeah. I don't like that. So you might get the reference if you do, you do. But yeah, like running kind of an undersized defensive lineman up there with 2 others, and then your end. I don't know if that's the best way to go about this, because we've seen, especially you watch that Bethune-Cookman game, Alabama State's offense is not spectacular. Like, respectfully, the reason they were picked to win the SWAC like they were, because they didn't have 1 quarterback. They had 2. Now, you go from your first and your second string to the 4. And the 4th-string quarterback, I mean, he could throw the ball not far. I mean, and it's not a slight on the kid. Y'all know, I'm going to be real honest. I'm going to be brutally honest. I'd rather tell you the truth than lie to you any day of the week. That kid ain't it. But what he is, and what he was at Cookman game, a game manager. And he managed the heck out of that game. They won. That's all I'm asking you to do. Don't turn over. Like, oh, Edwin. Oh, that was shots fired. And actually, I feel we will do better stopping the run this weekend, take away the offensive game. I agree. I'll be honest with y'all. This is my idea defensively, because I don't dislike the idea of using hybrid defensive ends. What I really like, a little bit better than that, honestly, if you can, especially you get this extra week, you got healthy, right? Run a true 4-down lineman, like 2 tackles, 2 ends. Your hybrid rusher, make him one of the linebackers. So all of a sudden, it's almost like that 5-2 that your uncle was talking about, but it's still the 4-2-5, because that guy's blitzing. He's blitzing. and he's clogging up a hole. And is he 250 pounds? No. But are you keeping Nayron Jenkins in coverage and asking him to probably not fill in the gap as much? Yeah. Has he looked solid in coverage at times? Yeah. Is he smart enough to kind of know the rules and what he can and cannot do and what he can't get away with? Yeah, we saw that against Miami. You saw what he did against Braxton Berrios on a few of those plays where he's gonna maul that kid. Like Berrios got off, but there was a couple plays where it's like within 5 yards, I'm gonna push him down. Can you throw the flag? Like, and who are these 5 players that haven't played all year? I know that running back from Old Dominion is one of them. If you check his socials, he's supposed to be coming in. So thinking maybe some of these other defensive linemen, but I didn't scour the roster. EA, I ain't gonna even lie to you. But I do know that kid from Old Dominion has said he is freed. I'm like you. I'm looking to see who some of these guys are. That's why I'm really speculating. Like, I think in this game, if you can run a defense that really forces them to throw the ball and takes away the run game early, because at the beginning of the game, he's going to try to establish a run. If you can shut him down twice and get him down 14, all of a sudden, you're forcing them to pass the ball, which is something they really don't want to do. But at the same point, looking at your secondary situation, I'll try it. Like, I'm just saying, me personally, as the kids say, you do something funny and your children will say, me personally, I'm not taking that level of disrespect. Well, unfortunately, secondary, you're going to take this level of disrespect today because one of y'all is a him. The rest of y'all, you got to show me. I told y'all black people are. We don't believe it until we see it. I'm just telling y'all. Look, 12 Tribes of Israel, it was black folks. That kind of stubbornness, yeah, it was black. In this case, you got to show me that you can. I don't care if he can't throw. You got to get a pick, and you ain't got one this season. So if I'm Alabama State, I am testing that secondary. First play of the game, I'm doing a double pass, flea flicker deep over the top. I'm trying, and it's homecoming. Creflo, please. I'm trying it, like because you know I want to run the ball. I know I want to run the ball. The people that don't watch football know I want to run the ball. I do a double pass. I bet one thing, you're going to back off that line and let me run the ball. I'm just saying. But with this defense, that's why I'm saying you probably run your base defense, change personnel a little bit, make it a little more pure, less hybridy, and clog up that middle. Third down, give him a third and long. You can look over to the number 3 you want to. I dare you to throw it to him. Kendall really didn't get burnt like that. Like, dang, Baker Mayfield doing Baker Mayfield stuff. Can't trust him 2 weeks in a row. Like, I'm just saying. And look, baby, but I need us to get the ring, to get a run game this game. We got to run for over 200 this time. Do we? Do we have to? I'm just saying. So, and we can slide over to the offense. With the offense, I don't know if I need us to run the ball for 200 yards. I need us to score. Like, I think one of the great takeaways I've gotten from these past 3 weeks, you score when it's time to score. I don't care if it's the Miami Virginia Tech game where the refs calls Virginia Tech the game. No, they didn't. The coach calls Virginia Tech the game. You should have kicked that field goal earlier. Because guess what? You kick that field goal, the game is, I think, tied, whatever. You kick that field goal at the end of the game, you either miss it or make it, and you go home. There's no refs involved. Take the ref out the game. Edward Waters Benedict. You kick the field goal, game changes. Take the points. I think with our offense, we got to score. And you probably heard me give a percentage amount when I was talking to Brian and I, we did our post game for the Troy game. And I was like, you got to score about 85% of the time against a team like this. And if you start looking at the end result for the FAMU Troy game, if you scored 85% of the time, touchdowns, you'd have won that game. In this one, I don't know if you got to do it that much, but I know early on, you have to make them throw the ball, make them uncomfortable. Those first 3 drives, you need points, preferably touchdowns, but you need points. I don't know if I need us to run for 200 yards. I think that's flexing a little bit because, granted, you might get a running back that you didn't have before who could be completely healthy. You got Kelvin Dean on 2 weeks rest, which I definitely think makes a difference. He's not shown to be the breakout speed guy. But again, I've said it before. He's a little more Emmitt Smith than he is Barry Sanders, where he get ahead, probably not going to catch him. But at the same point, let him get in the hole, give me 1 cut, and go. Too much dance in the hole. But Thad Franklin, that's your battering ram. He is your Terrell Jennings for this year. I think if Thad Franklin get going, I'll say this. If Thad Franklin can get over 80 yards and a touchdown, Kelvin Dean can get a touchdown, and Richardson throws for 2, I think you win. I'm just saying. I think this game is a race to 30. First team to 30 should win. Like, I'm just going to say it like that. If FAMU scores 30 points or more, it should be a win. I'm not going to say it is going to be a win, because I know some folks said, oh, yeah, they capturing stuff. Yeah, that's cool, whatever. I don't care. You can record it. You can clip it. I don't give a flip. I'm honest at all times. I think with what you saw, one of the things we saw, because, it's easy to talk about the running backs, but I told y'all, I've been telling y'all, my favorite receiver is Acion Cobb. My go-to receiver is Quan Lee. I tell y'all, Gaston is the one. He the one. He's your home run hitter. Telling you, Jim told me. But if you're looking for that Tony Gwynn, Quan Lee's your Tony Gwynn. Consistent, throw the ball to him, you catch it. Might not break it for 1,000 yards, but he's gonna get you what you need to do. I tell you, just that's my glue guy. And then you start looking around. Look at these tight end room. We done told y'all about the tight ends. Do we finally get Pruitt at wide out? I'm just asking for a friend. I mean, he getting some burn, but that's another target. Just saying. Look, ASU don't want to throw the ball, and the OC isn't creative enough to give you a quality air game. Force them to go through. Hey, I'm telling you. So, yeah, look, that opposite cornerback looks scary to play bumping run coverage. I mean, look, in all honesty, I like Franklin, but Bo seems better to cut off blocks in the run game. And Bo's selling out. I told y'all this. First game, I see why Bo was playing AB a little bit. He was getting blocks. But right now, man, go watch some of them. Go watch Bo against the Troy game. I don't know how sustainable that is. Bo is selling the heck out. Blocking wise, that young brother was blocking his behind off. Like, I'm telling y'all, Bo Somerset, yeah, I like him. I still think Kelvin Dean's your 2, but I think a lot of that's because of health. I still have questions about how healthy Kelvin Dean is, and I'm not releasing anything. That's not something I got from somebody like y'all. It's just watching the games and being like, he don't look like himself. But just saying. Now, quarterback-wise, I think FAMU's got this. And honestly, this is why I counter with Lil Baby's 200 yards, because Richardson has shown you so much in such little time. Like, let's quantify this. Yeah, no, I like big words. He's only played at FAMU this is his 5th game. Look how comfortable he looks in this offense. Compare that to Moose's 5th game and how comfortable he looked in his 5th game. Like, let's go back. You go back to that first game Musa played. What was that, UNC? It was straight. Wasn't spectacular. Then you got the Jackson State game. We got our butts kicked the first time. Second time, he got his get back. Musa, look, y'all say what y'all want to about Musa. Musa got his lick back against everybody except for Southeastern. Musa got his lick back against everybody. Southeastern and USL. They're the only ones he didn't get his lick back. But Musa was slapping people back. Put Richardson in this offense. Just look at the progression, how quickly it happened, and just not just the progression. Because we talked about running backs, told y'all about the receivers, talked about tight ends. It's quarterback time. Look at his progression. Look at how his fingerprints are on this offense, and look at the growth from this game to go back all the way to the Norfolk State game. I can't tell you it's the same quarterback. I really can't. Like, if I'm being honest with you, that quarterback in game one, that's not a slight on the kid. It's not anything. I'm saying he looks that much better. Like, he looks like he can handle the responsibility that you gave Musa at the same place last season. Like, all right, go check, go do this, go do that. I don't know if he knows like the terminology that well, but he looks so much more comfortable. And you can see, and one thing I'm gonna give Henry, and I'm gonna give Scotty his credit, because Scotty said the same thing kind of in that first game where you saw the growth of a coach. As much as we ragging on Henry about the play calling, it's less about the play calling. It's more about not finishing. You're not finishing. It's not that he can't coach, because there's 80 yards of field where this offense looks great. It's that 20 on either side where it's just like what's going on. That red area, it's just an abject disaster. Like, there's no way to say it's not disastrous. Now, some of that is you're playing up against Troy, who hasn't looked great tonight when I was last watching, but I stopped watching because honestly the Bucks came on. I'm not a Troy State fan. Like, FAMU, Tempe Bucks. My Buck hat is right there. If you here in the area, and the Cowboy hat is on the other side of that. So it's the Bucks and the boys for me. But Richardson looks like he gets this offense, and Henry's understanding some of what I said at the beginning of the season. Richardson's going to be a better quarterback when you allow him to roll the pocket. Some of that you saw at FAU. Like, some of that is just the fact he ain't 6'5". You ain't got a 6'4", 6'5" quarterback like they got across the street. And honestly, I wouldn't want that quarterback at FAMU. It's just saying. I think if you allow the quarterback swap, they'd take him in a second. But I digress. You got a quarterback who understands this offense. And in every SWAC game, except for maybe 1.5, he's going to be the best quarterback on the field. He got it. Like, just saying. Look, he definitely put his stamp against South Carolina State. Let's see. 286, 282, 138, 288 with passes dropped. So, yep. Like, and that's huge. You start looking at some of those passes that were dropped. Yeah, that's a big thing. But we got to protect him against coaches. Don't put, some of our tackles look bad. I appreciated Colsey owning that. One thing I like about Colsey, thank you for coming on the show, Coach Colsey. I'm definitely going to reach back out, see if we can get you back a little later in the season. I get it's football season. So, probably after the season, try to get you to, hey, we got you at the beginning. Let's get, to project. Now let's get you to reflect. So, I'll reach out to him. We'll get that going, get the other pieces of staff on that too. Train them how to do it. But you got to fix that offensive line. And he stated, hey, some of these guys can't play. And some of these guys, I just want to see. And that was my question coming in. Remember, with the Troy game, I said, how long you gonna leave the starters in? Like, and then you saw in the Miami game, some of the starters stayed in a little longer. Me personally, that was to get some film on. Kelvin Dean was against Miami's running backs. Offensive line, sorry, and defensive line. The defense. Go back and watch that second half. Kelvin Dean's like one of the few starters in, and he looked good. I'm just saying. That's why I said I don't know if he's healthy. Like, he looked actually pretty solid in that Miami game. Detroit game, he was okay, but you can see he had obvious frustrations. Not sure why, but again, I have my own thoughts. They are my thoughts. They are my opinions. They are unsupported speculation from watching the game and watching this year's Kelvin Dean and last year's Kelvin Dean and feeling like he ain't the same. And I feel like he'll probably come out and be like, yeah, I was a little hurt. Just saying. It's those OTs, offensive tackles, just saying. And now catching and holding on to the ball has definitely been an issue. It has. And honestly, I feel that was another reason Kelvin Dean caught some pine at the beginning of the season. He had some fumbles, and it was consecutive games of fumbles. Like, one of the things you're hearing with Colsey, when you get stupid penalties, it's a great way to get you to play AB. Yep. You know what that means. AZZ back. Coach, I get it. Can I get the game? Get your ass back. You already know. Like, all right, man. Because you can't put film out there if you're not on the field. Like, I'm just saying. Now, holding, our defense was, I ain't gonna lie, Troy was holding us a little bit. And yes, Colsey sees what we see and addresses what we see, and he doesn't shy away from the tough questions. You're right. And Willie didn't shy away from the tough questions. I ain't gonna lie. Sometimes we just didn't give really tough questions. But I will say this. Colsey, man, you could probably see, I feel like he's a little less defensive of the product. I feel like at times Willie could be a little defensive of the product and the players. And he was definitely, he definitely had his moments where he was in dad mode, where I don't see as much of that from Colsey. It's a little more of, we got to fix that. Like, yeah, I see what you see. And some of that is, I don't know if Colsey's just trying to build that cachet. I mean, you got to remember, Willie had been at FAMU for how long? Willie was supposed to play at FAMU. Like, one thing Dr. Colsey, let's put some respect on that brother's name, he can read the room. He knows I'm a Seminole in a room full of Rattlers. And I know how some of y'all people feel about Florida State. I'm going to make sure I just do what I got to do. And I hear you. I'm listening. I'm paying attention. Because a lot of times, some of your biggest gripe is you feel like FSU doesn't listen to you as a community. Like, EA says, watch our tackling in the second half when you haven't played in more than 2 weeks, especially leaving our feet and throwing shoulders and not wrapping up. Look, when I tell you that thing irks me, even my favorite defensive player throws a shoulder every once in a while. And that's why I made a suggestion. Look like we got the bottom of the tackling donuts. Something. It's not happening. And honestly, you could even hear him say, like, yeah, we did this. I'm like, that don't sound like you got the tackling donuts. You gonna ask for them? Just asking for a friend. Hey, y'all know how FAMUans are. You tell us it's a problem, we try to fix it. Like, but you gotta tell us first. Like, Lil Baby says, what we're seeing and what they're seeing across from the tracks is because a guy from the portal doesn't mean they're quality. A lot of them still need development. You are correct. And also, some of that's coaching. To me, across the street, part of the problem, you got a square peg, and you got a circular hole, and you're trying to jam that thing in there. DJ don't fit that offense. He doesn't. In his current physical status, he does not fit what Florida State wants to do. They want to run a up-tempo option offense. DJ can't run. Like, we watched it. And this ain't a Florida State podcast. Go watch the Nolecast for that. Go watch Jeff Cameron show. Go watch War Chant. X's and O's. Those are really good ones. I ain't gonna lie to y'all. All four of those are ones I love to watch, listen to. I grew up on Jeff Cameron. But that's part of the problem. Square peg, circle a hole. He does. I think with FAMU, what you found is circular peg, square hole. It'll still go through. You know what? Matter of fact, I can change the hole a little bit, no diddy, to make it fit. Like you seen where at first FAMU's offense, this is our offense. This is what we do. And you see Cozy really say that with the defense more than the offense. Listen to him about the offense, and it's kind of like, I mean, it's our offense. This is what we do. We kind of do this, whatever. But you can see there's less rigidness about the offense. He missed the kick again. Ball don't lie. Sorry, I'm watching the Bucks. And he's my fantasy football kicker. So, hey, I think in the money league too. So, but you can see where with the defense, he's still trying to figure it out. Whereas with the offense, okay, I know what works, but I also know what works with my best player. And the most important part of the offense is our best player constantly has the ball. And I can get the ball into the hands of my second and third and fourth best player on offense. Whereas on defense, my best player is on one half of the field. Look, whatever side of the ball Kendall's on, they're not really going to throw there very often. Even you saw Troy. They didn't do it. Hell, you saw Miami. They didn't really throw so there's one side. Bowl Island is a thing. Now the other side, man, please. It's a Waffle House over there. That bit open. Like, so you can start to see where I think one, our offensive coordinator is growing. I think our quarterback's a better fit. Like, oh man, don't forget your fantasy lineup, baby. Hey, I was almost late to the show. Get this right fast. Line brother was talking trash. He's like, hey, I'm gonna beat you. Like, okay. I ain't gonna say nothing. I'm gonna let it be quiet. I know one of them watches, so tell your brother. I changed my lineup just because he was talking trash. But I think the thing with this FAMU team, and again, this is why I'm spoiled. Let me say that. I'm spoiled. I've had Riz for 2 or 3 seasons. I've had everyone else that was associated with Riz for 2 or 3 seasons. I feel like the recruiting has changed. I want to see a little more motion. And that's not to say it's not happening. But what I'm saying is it's not as publicized. And some of this is projection is reality. Like, so take advantage of this moment because y'all are going recruiting. Y'all are doing these different things. We about to go to Alabama State for their homecoming. And I think we're going to win. I'm pretty confident in that. You know, if I had to give you a new score, because I can't give you the old score because they don't have Andrew Body. And look, hey, Mr. Campbell, please take pictures. And if you oh man, I forgot Scotty's not where he was anymore. But look, if you get your nephew Scotty, man, look, you know, send him some love. Yeah, I know we love Scotty. You know, he's all script is off script, man. He's his own guy. But without Andrew Body, I can't do. I don't want I want to steal Scotty's thing completely. I don't think they score as much. I think part of what made him so special is him and Richardson are so similar. To me, he's a taller version of Richardson with more to prove. Like, and when I say more to prove, I'm not saying Andrew Body hasn't proven himself. Look, Escalade rolls out Saturday morning. Safe travels, my brother. Safe travels. If you pass by BJ's, hit him up for me. You know, and if you see a Jim and Milts, you better stop. Now, I ain't gonna lie. I'm gonna tell y'all, this ain't gonna cost you nothing. I went to the Dreamland in Montgomery for Province Council. It was trash. and I was mad because I left my frat brothers at the house to go get some barbecue, and the only thing good was the sauce and the white bread. Like, don't go to that Dreamland over there. It's not too far from Alabama State. It wasn't good. I was disappointed. Don't do it to yourself. It's trash. So if I had to say, I think Alabama State tries to play ball control. I'm hoping we actually watch film, because one of my things going back to the beginning of the season, I feel like we are very reliant on film, which is good, very important. But remember that Norfolk State game where they're like, oh yeah, they're going to throw the ball. And everyone was like, where the heck did you see that? Well, he did this at that place. But he's at Norfolk. They can't throw. They're not that good at that. I think this is another game where it's like, how much film did you watch? Because you watched that Cookman's film, you saw it. That quarterback's a game manager. Like, you can't just, yeah. Like, we should be in position. And it changed. Cozy has said that he has a different recruitment philosophy from Simmons. So even though we have a director of recruiting, he's not going to the guys' duties. Amen. I'm just saying. Look, and I hope we catch some of the game. I'll be at work. Okay, man. And here we go. Wayne says, we know from past years that Bama State only, and sometimes maybe only score a total of 13 points per game. It's not a high-scoring offense. I mean, last year was solid. Like, let's be honest, he should have kept that quarterback. That quarterback he had last year, they had a chance against FAMU. So I think if you're watching the film, I think I'm very similar to where, Wayne is. I don't know. I think they get more than 13 points just because FAMU's had problems stopping the run. Like, and that's not what I like, not what I want to say. But I think they're good for messing up a kick against FAMU, though. So I'm going to give them 20. Give me FAMU 35. So I think FAMU gets up early. It's their homecoming. We get bored. I don't know. They got thick 17, but they ain't got thick 36. Not like we got. Yeah, man. Woof. Glad I married me a Florida girl. We went up there. It wasn't the same, buddy. I'm like, man, I can't wait to come home. I got FAMU 35-20. I think FAMU wins the game. I think Alabama State scores some points a little bit later, some garbage time. But yeah. Little Baby says, if you're familiar with Dawson Odoms from his days in the SWAC, he's very run dominant. Hello. Same with E-Rob. E-Rob is all about defense and ball control. So he's heavily in the run. Hello, somebody. Like, hopefully you looked at personnel and you looked at film and you realize Alabama State doesn't really have a quarterback to get the ball to its athletes in space as much as they may want to, especially you can shut down one side of the line. Like, you don't have to travel Kendall. Honestly, with how much they want to run the ball, I might not. But just saying, I think we can get it. I think 36 Miami, Atlanta. Hey, they built different. EAs. So what happens in games like this is punt coverage. Punt return teams are critical. Remember, your punt man is your first offensive play and can be electric for offense. Hey, who's returning punts? Is it Gassett? Is it Cobb? Is it somebody else? I think I will say, one of the things that we lost, we lost a kick returner. Like, Riley was a heck of a kick returner. To me, he was a better kick returner than he was receiver. I think Gassett, on the similar vein, probably might be a little better receiver than he is kick returner sometimes. But my goodness, if you get that brother, let him get some space, have mercy. That's a problem. And so I want to see, though. So for this game, I got FAMU winning. My big things, and it's going to be the obvious. For FAMU to win the game, you got to stop the run. Force Alabama State to pass. And even and to stop the run, you're going to have to get out of your hybrid base formation. You got to run base formation. Run your 4-2-5, but you need to run a 4-2-5 that allows you to clog the middle. Use your transfer from Kennesaw State. Use some of those guys that, you had us so jazzed about preseason, offensive line, defensive line, especially D-line. Use those guys. Right. 270 plus on the D-line. Is that dominating the NFL? Not really. But is that something that can clog the middle? Absolutely. Give me 2 of those. You might even want to do a third and have your defensive end in there. And then, honestly, you want to get a little, something with them. Can James Ash stand up and rush? Like, that's part of the lost thing you lost here. Like, if you look at FAMU's defense, what did you lose over the last couple of years? You lost a lot as far as talent. But what's the one position that you just didn't replace? Edge rusher. Like, and that just came to me. But you start thinking about it. Last year, who was your edge rusher? Anthony Dunn. Before him, Isaiah Land. You had them on the same team at one point. I'm just saying, you had some amazing edge rushers that were, one's in the NFL now, one should still be on the team, but we'll let that be what that is. You also had really good linebackers, but you had edge rushers that put fear in quarterbacks. Like, go back and watch that Jackson State game, the one we got mollywopped. They're double teaming Isaiah Land at times. Like, you have power 4, power 5 offensive tackles going against them. Dunn did stay injured, but last year, even in the injuries, he was fire. Put him on that defense this year. I'm just saying, that's part of why we need to support the Fangs Exchange. Get our NIL game up, get that going. So before we get out here, because I was so about to forget, you forgot last week, and this is the only time I'll give her any credit. She loves she beat me this week as far as the win total. I went 4-1. She went 5-0. So she was the leader for this week. So, I give credit where credit is due. But y'all definitely know, in the words of Nelly, I am number one. So don't matter if you like it. Fangs Up Podcast up top, up here. So Charm D, She Loves These a third. Brian, come on. Come on, Brian. We need you to win. For all of the pettiness in us, I need you to win this one. So I don't talk that much trash, but what I do, I talk. Let's see. Alabama State wide spread you out to 5 or 6 in the box. So we'll spread you out and say my 6 blockers are better than your 6. It might be interesting. FAMU needs to score first and put the thank you. That's what I'm saying, Mr. Campbell. Look, the 2 more people are in agreement. There we go. So let's see right here. Man, I didn't even look at this first. So who am I picking and what am I picking? All right. So for the first one, Southern sucks. But respectfully, I'm taking Nicholls State. What tough game am I taking? Y'all know sometimes I take layups. A lot of times I don't. You know what? I'm taking FAMU. Give me that one. If it hurts, it hurts. But I'd rather take the dub on that. This one here, let's see. So FAMU, Alabama State. I got FAMU. I think FAMU wins by at least 14. I think if you can get that somewhere, take it. The other one I did was Nicholls State. I got them over Southern. And that's my confidence pick. Let me double check with Nicholls State though. See, I ain't gonna lie. I picked them partially because Southern sucks. Like, and it's not me trying to be funny or mean, but their football team ain't showed me Nathan. So let's see. Football schedule, Nicholls State. Ooh, they are 1-3. Good. Yeah. I mean, they beat the hell out of Valley. They ain't saying much. Mm, that's a tougher bet than I thought. I'm gonna keep Nickel State there, but it's only because Southern looks bad. Like they just look bad. Give me Jack State. I shouldn't. I should probably trust Alabama A&M with that offense, but I'm not only gonna trust them. I'm gonna put some extra little something on it. So my points is Jackson State. Um, yeesh. Am I gonna take the layup every once in a while? Yeah, come on, Texas Southern. If y'all suck that bad, sometimes you gotta take a layup when it's in front of you. Every once in a while, I'm here for the layups. Oof. For the rest of these, A&T sucks. Give me Richmond. I ain't gonna lie to y'all. Is South Carolina State available? Yep. Give me South Carolina State over Tennessee Tech. I'm staying away from that Southern game. So yeah, that Southern game, I moved from that. So for this week's picks, first and foremost, Ken Clark and the whole crew over there, give me Jack State over Alabama A&M. Oof, I got Jackson State, and I'm with Mr. Campbell on that one. Give me Jackson State by 20. If you give me like 2 touchdowns, I'll steal your money on that. But I think Jackson State is going to blow them out. Yeah. Texas Southern over Virginia Lynchburg. Look, if y'all lose that, fire everybody. I think FAMU wins against Alabama State. I got 14 points on us. So if you got 14 points, you got a little pizza scratch, do what you do. I'm buying in. I really like what they're selling at South Carolina State. I'm buying. I'm going to buy it. Give me South Carolina State plus 10. I'll buy it. I'm a buyer at plus 10. Richmond versus A&T. A&T is hot butt cheeks. They suck. They're trash. And I wish them better. But right now, look, I want them to lose just so I can be right. So give me that, especially when I'm looking at Richmond. Let's double check. I saw they lost to Charleston. They beat the heck out of Charleston Southern. Excuse me. UNLV or UVA, sorry. Lost to Wofford. A little tight there. They beat the hell out of Charleston Southern. They beat Delaware State. And honestly, at this point, I think Delaware State would give A&T a run for the dollars. So those are my picks, though. So I got Richmond. And let's see how many points for that Nichols and Southern game. Southern's offense is an abject disaster. Give me 48. I think Southern scores 6 points. I don't know if they score any more than that. So those are my picks. Let's see. So if it goes back, shows your picks. For those who wanted to see it, look, don't put what you can't put on it. But I got Richmond winning. I got South Carolina State. I got Florida Agricultural and Mechanical University, October 3rd, 1887. What? Going to Alabama and getting the win on a nice little 2.5-hour ride to the GUMP, maybe 3. I got Texas Southern winning against Virginia Lynchburg because duh. And I got Jackson State winning over Alabama A&M because I don't trust Carnell Maynor. Not that I think he's a bad coach, but I'm just saying I think after this season, he'll be a great offensive coordinator or quarterback coach for somebody's university. So we'll see. I'm getting disrespectful. Hey, bro, I'm just trying to be honest. I could lie to you, or I could tell you the truth. How old's FAMU? Hey, Mother FAMU is old, but she's not showing her age. I'll say it like that. You never ask a woman her age. All right, y'all. So Sunday, we'll see y'all. I'm gonna miss the watch party. My nephew's got a football game, so I told the wife we're gonna ride. Might even drive. We're gonna ride down there to catch him. But look, I'm gonna be watching the FAMU game on the phone though. Don't doubt that. I'm gonna be watching the game on the phone. So we're gonna hopefully watch, get the Rattlers, and depending on what time I get back, I'll talk to Brian. We'll see. We might do a little instant reaction, but yeah. Look, I ain't trying to be disrespectful, Edwin. I'm just trying to call it what it is, man. If you're having a bad season, you're having a bad season. Fortunately, FAMU's okay. we the only team in Tallahassee worth talking about at this point. Because look, I'm going up to that Gainesville game to watch UF lose to Kentucky in a few weeks. Because man, everybody North Orlando besides FAMU, trash. hate to be real, but you know, Dems is what it is. All right, y'all. So for HBCU Digital Network, look, for Adam and the crew, Herb doing what he do. And look, I ain't gonna talk too much trash to Herb this week, but you know, I don't talk trash anyway. I may wish him best of luck going in. Look, safe travels to those that are going, because it's always gonna be. Thanks, so.
Yeah, baby, you know what time it is. Now let's get it started.
Are you kidding me? Unreal!
While our HBCUs are mostly known for academic rigor, community, they also know how to turn up.
Does he have it?